jagged mountain trail. My spirit was a vessel that was broken and so frail. I heard the ancient stories of a water running deep, where the maker of the valley gently gathers up his sheep. I felt the fever burning in the marrow of my bone, but I kept my boots moving over root and over stone. Oh, lead me to the waters of the deep and healing stream. Wake my heavy spirit from a dark and bitter dream. Let the current wash the ashes and the sorrow from my face. I am plunging in the canyon of His everlasting grace. Hallelujah for the water, hallelujah for the flow that washes every weary soul, as white as driven snow. Away. The coolness of the mercy was a balm upon my skin, a quiet absolution from the wreckage of my sin. The dulcimer is echoing across the rocky bank, a melody of gratitude for every cup I drank. Oh, lead me to the waters of the deep and healing stream. Wake my heavy spirit from a dark and bitter dream. Let the current wash the ashes and the sorrow from my face. I am plunging in the canyon of His everlasting grace. Hallelujah for the water, hallelujah for the flow that washes every weary soul, as white as driven snow. Let the river rush over, let the healing begin. I'm stepping out of darkness and I'm walking right in. Walking right in. Oh, let the healing snowy timberline. The mist was thick and heavy, and the trail was hard to see, and I felt the weight of every ghost that lived inside of me. But then I heard a whistle and a gentle, steady call of the one who keeps the mountain and the one who knows us all. Oh, I'm following the shepherd down the path of ancient light, through the shadows of the valley, in the middle of the night. He leads me by the water where the living spirits run, to the pastures in the morning and the rising of the sun. The rod and staff are steady, and the promise is my song. On the shepherd's holy path is where I finally belong. He leads me through the canyon where the walls are high and steep, watching over every step his weary children keep. Though the wolves are howling hungry in the darkness of the pines, I am resting in the safety of the great designer's lines. The dulcimer is singing like a bell across the glade, assuring every heart that we don't have to be afraid. Oh, I'm following the shepherd down the path of ancient light, through the shadows of the valley and the middle of the night. He leads me by the water where the living spirits run, to the pastures in the morning and the rising of the sun. The rod and staff are steady, and the promise is my song. On the shepherd's holy path is where I finally belong. Even in the shadow of the valley of the dead, I'll feast upon the table and the breaking of the bread. The breaking of the bread, resting where I'm led. I'm following the shepherd down the path of ancient light, through the shadows of the valley and the middle of the night. He leads me by the water where the living spirits run, to the pastures in the morning and the rising of the sun. The rod and staff are steady, and the promise is my song. On the shepherd's holy path is where I finally belong. Shepherd's path, finally home. The autumn leaves are turning brown upon the crooked trail. The wind is carrying a song, a quiet, gentle wail. I've been out since early morning, working in the field, hoping that the heavy dirt would finally have a yield. My back is aching and my hands are blistered from the strain, but I'm trusting in the goodness of the latter rain. Oh, we're gathering the sheaves before the winter snow, reaping in the daylight while the gentle breezes blow. For the master of the harvest is returning very soon, and the silver light is glowing on the rising of the moon. Bring the golden bundles from the valley to the barn. We're resting in the hollow of the Maker's mighty arm. I saw the tares among the wheat growing up so tall, but the sickle of his justice is gonna cut them all. We only bring the finest of the grain unto the Lord, to spread upon the table of his grand and holy board. The dulcimer is humming like a bee among the clover, telling me the season of my sorrow is now over. Oh, we're gathering the sheaves before the winter snow, reaping in the daylight while the gentle breezes blow. For the master of the harvest is returning very soon, and the silver light is glowing on the rising of the moon. Bring the golden bundles from the valley to the barn. We're resting in the hollow of the Maker's mighty arm. Those who went out weeping are returning with a song, for the night was very dark and the journey very long. The journey very long, returning with a song. Oh, we're gathering the sheaves before the winter snow, reaping in the daylight while the gentle breezes blow. For the master of the harvest is returning very soon, and the silver light is glowing on the rising of the moon. Bring the golden bundles from the valley to the barn. We're resting in the hollow of the Maker's mighty arm. Gathering the sheaves, Maker's mighty arm. I walked away with pockets full of promises and pride, looking for a fortune that the empty world could hide. I spent my final dollar in a land of dust and bone, realized the hardest road is the one you walk alone. But I can see the lantern burning on the porch tonight, a beacon in the distance, shining warm and guiding bright. Oh, the gates are open wide, and the table has been set. A love that is forgiving, and a grace that won't forget. I'm running down the driveway, leaving all my shame behind, trading every sorrow for the peace I finally find. No more looking backwards at the bridges that I burned. Hallelujah for the morning when the prodigal returns. There's a new song rising from the bottom of my soul, a broken hallelujah that is making me completely whole. I can hear the angels singing in the rafters up above, a choir of redemption and a symphony of love. The dulcimer is weaving through the ashes and the tears, washing out the bitterness of all my wasted years. Oh, the gates are open wide, and the table has been set. A love that is forgiving, and a grace that won't forget. I'm running down the driveway, leaving all my shame behind, trading every sorrow for the peace I finally find. No more looking backward at the bridges that I burned. Hallelujah for the morning when the prodigal returns. I fell upon my knees and expected to be turned away, but I found a father waiting with a robe for me today. With a ring upon my head, a robe for me Oh, the gates are open wide, and the table has been set. A love that is forgiving, and a grace that won't forget. I'm running down the driveway, leaving all my shame behind, trading every sorrow for the peace I finally find. No more looking backward at the bridges that I burned. Hallelujah for the morning when the prodigal return. Prodigal return. No more bridges burned. I heard the ringing of an old iron bell echoing down by the sycamore well. Calling the workers from the heat of the day, telling the weary to come rest and pray. I've been out toiling in the sun and the dust, fighting the storing it out loud from the top of the hill. Let it roll down to the valley so still. A sound of forgiveness, a sound of release, calling the wandering spirit to peace. I'm dropping my hammer, I'm dropping my stone, hearing the bell that is calling me home. The shadows are long on the gravel and dirt, but the ringing is healing the sting of the hurt. No longer a slave to the sweat and the grind, I'm leaving the chains of the harvest behind. The dulcimer dances along with the chime, a melody reaching the edges of time. Oh, ring it out loud from the top of the hill. Let it roll down to the valley so still. A sound of forgiveness, a sound of release, calling the wandering spirit to peace. I'm dropping my hammer, I'm dropping my stone, hearing the bell that is calling me home. Every strike of the iron is washing me clean, the sweetest salvation that I've ever seen, washing me clean. Oh, ring it out loud from the top of the hill. Let it roll down to the valley so still. A sound of forgiveness, a sound of release, calling the wandering spirit to peace. I'm dropping my hammer, I'm dropping my stone, hearing the bell that is calling me home. Old iron bell, calling me home. I watched a little sparrow in the bitter freezing rain, hiding in the branches from the heavy hurricane. Her wings were beating heavy and her song was almost gone, waiting in the darkness for the breaking of the dawn. But she rested in the hollow of the ancient mighty oak, believing in the promise that the great Creator spoke. Oh, He holds the mighty mountain and He calms the angry sea, but He also makes a shelter for a little bird like me. When the wind is blowing fury and the heavy shadows fall, the Maker of the universe is listening for His eye is on the sparrow, so I know he watches me. From the highest rocky summit to the bottom of the sea. The bottom of the sea. I know he watches me. Oh, he holds the mighty mountain, and he calms the angry sea. But he also makes a shelter for a little bird like me. When the wind is blowing fury and the heavy shadows fall, the maker of the universe is listening for my call. I am resting in the branches of his everlasting grace. Hallelujah for the refuge in this wild and lonely place. The mountain sparrow watches over me. I held a piece of driftwood battered by the storm, looking at the splinters that had lost their shape and form. I felt a lot like that old wood tossed upon the shore, wondering if the maker had a purpose for me anymore. But the wind began to whisper through the needles of the pine, telling me the carpenter can always realign. Oh, the carpenter is calling. He is building something new out of all the broken pieces that he gathered up from you. With a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace, he is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in the sawdust. I am trusting in his hand, built upon the rock and not upon the shifting sand. There's a measure and a plumb line for the crooked and the weak, a gentle hand that reaches for the quiet and the meek. I can hear the rhythm of the work begin to start, the steady, slow repairing of a tired, heavy heart. The dulcimer is humming like the hum of busy tools, a wisdom that is greater than the cleverness of fools. Oh, the carpenter is calling. He is building something new out of all the broken pieces that he gathered up from you. With a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace, he is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in the sawdust. I am trusting in his hand, pieces that He gathered up from you with a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace. He is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in the sawdust, I am trusting in His hand, built upon the rock and not upon the shifting sand. Trusting in His hand, built upon the rock. Appalachian spine, and the fog is wrapping thick around the weeping of the pine. I've got a little lantern that I'm holding to my chest, a promise from the Father that a weary soul will rest. The oil is running shallow and the wick is burning low, but I'm trusting in the fire for the way that I should go. Oh, burn a little brighter in the middle of the dark. Keep the heavy shadows from extinguishing the spark. I am walking through the timber by a quiet holy gleam, waking from the sorrow of a long and bitter dream. Hold the Pilgrims Lantern high against the bitter cold, guiding me to Zion and the streets of solid gold. I hear the river rushing in the canyon down below, a mighty roaring warning where the foolish wanderers go. But my feet are planted steady on a narrow rocky ledge, safely guarded by the mercy at the precipice's edge. The dulcimer is humming like a fire in the heart, a comfort for the traveler on a solitary path. Oh, burn a little brighter in the middle of the dark. Keep the heavy shadows from extinguishing the spark. I am walking through the timber by a quiet holy gleam, waking from the sorrow of a long and bitter dream. Hold the Pilgrim's Lantern high against the bitter cold, guiding me to Zion and the streets of solid gold. The flame will not surrender to the howling of the gale. The love of the Creator is a love that will not fail, a love that will not fail. Safe against the Oh, burn a little brighter felt a lot like that old wood tossed upon the shore, wondering if the Maker had a purpose for me anymore. But the wind began to whisper through the needles of the pine, telling me the carpenter can always realign. Oh, the carpenter is calling. He is building something new out of all the broken pieces that he gathered up from you. With a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace, he is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in sawdust, I am trusting in his hand, built upon the rock and not upon the shifting sand. There's a measure and a plumb line for the crooked and the weak, a gentle hand that reaches for the quiet and the meek. I can hear the rhythm of the work begin to start, a steady, slow repairing of the tired, heavy heart. The dulcimer is humming like the hum of busy tools. Oh, wisdom that is greater than the cleverness of fools. Oh, the carpenter is calling. He is building something new out of all the broken pieces that he gathered up from you. With a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace, he is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in the sawdust, I am trusting in his hand, built upon the rock and not upon the shifting sand. I thought that I was useless, I thought that I was done, but I'm being made a temple for the rising of the sun. A temple for the sun. The work has just begun. Oh, the carpenter is calling. He is building something new out of all the broken pieces that he gathered up from you. With a hammer of forgiveness and the nails of steady grace, he is shaping up your spirit for a higher holy place. I am resting in the sawdust, I am trusting in his hand, built upon the rock and not upon the shifting sand. Trusting in his hand, built upon the rock. I found the gate where the briars grow tall, hearing the whisper of the master's call. The road is narrow and the rocks are sharp, but there's a melody playing on a heavenly harp. I'm leaving the highway where the many go down, seeking seeking the quiet of a high country crown. Oh, I'm walking the narrow trail up to the sky where the eagles are soaring and the heavy clouds fly. It's a steep sort of climbing, and it's hard on the soul, but the top of the mountain is making me whole. Hallelujah for the briars, hallelujah for the stone on the narrow trail. I am never alone. I see the footprints of the saints in the clay who walked through the sorrow of a yesterday. They didn't carry no silver, they didn't carry no gold, just a book full of promises that never grew old. The dulcimer rings out a comforting chord for the weary old traveler who is following the Lord. Oh, I'm walking the narrow trail up to the sky where the eagles are soaring and the heavy clouds fly. It's a steep sort of climbing, and it's hard on the soul, but the top of the mountain is making me whole. Hallelujah for the briars, hallelujah for the stone on the narrow trail. I am never alone. When my boots are wearing thin and my courage fades, I rest in the quiet of the evergreen shade. The evergreen shade. The promise he made. I'm walking the narrow trail, high up to the sky where the eagles are soaring and the heavy clouds fly. It's a steep sort of climbing, and it's hard on the soul, but the top of the mountain is making me whole. Hallelujah for the briars, hallelujah for the stone on the narrow trail. I am never alone. The narrow trail. I am never alone. I walked a crooked mile beneath the heavy beating sun, thinking that my traveling days were finally over and done. My canteen is all empty and my throat is dry as dust. I'm running out of water and I'm running out of trust. But I see a weeping willow standing steady in the heat, and a mossy ring of stones where the earth and water meet. Oh, draw the water up from the deep and quiet stone. Drink from the fountain where you never thirst alone. The well is overflowing with a cool refreshment at the ending of the trail. Oh, draw the water up from the deep and quiet storm. Drink from the fountain where you never thirst alone. The well is overflowing with a cool and healing grace, a miracle of mercy in a dry for the broken ones who see. The broken ones who seek. Hear the waters speak. Oh, draw the water up from the deep and quiet storm. Drink from the fountain where you never thirst alone. The well is overflowing with a cool and healing grace, a miracle of mercy in a dry and barren place. I'm dropping down my bucket to the river underground. Hallelujah for the water that my weary soul has found. Oh, stone well, never thirst alone. The thunder rolls across the dark and heavy sky. The river's rising and the water's getting high. I feel the trembling of the earth beneath my feet, but there's a refuge where the storm and mercy meet. The wind is howling, but my house is built on rock. I've got a shepherd keeping watch upon the flock. Oh, you are the anchor in the middle of the flood, a solid foundation that is covered in the blood. When the tides are raging and I cannot see the shore, I will trust the promise that you spoke to me before. The world is a tempest, but my spirit is at rest, safe inside the shelter of the one who knows me best. The morning breaks and all the clouds are rolling back. The sun is shining on this washed and rugged track. I see the evidence of grace upon the ground, another lost and wandering sheep that has been found. The dulcimer rings out a melody of peace, a sweet assurance that his shelter of the one who knows me best. Safe inside the shelter, anchor in the flesh.
Set my hands upon the wooden handles of the plow. I made a promise to the Maker, and I'm keeping to the vow.
The ground is hard and rocky, full of thistle and of thorn, but I'm looking toward the breaking of a golden holy morn.
I won't be looking backward at the things I left behind, for the furrow that I'm cutting is the straight and narrow kind.
Oh, keep a holding on, keep your hand upon the plow.
Don't let the bitter sorrow
Make you falter in your vow.
The field is wide and heavy,
And the sun is beating down,
but there's a harvest waiting
in the holy high ground.
The sweat upon your brow
Is just a temporary stain,
washed away forever
by the heavy mountain rain.
I see the crows are gathering upon the wooden fence, waiting for the weary working spirit to commence.
But I've got a steady anchor in the middle of the strife. I'm planting down the heavy seeds of everlasting life.
The dulcimer is ringing out a steady working beat
To guide my tired hands and guide my heavy aching feet.
Oh, keep a holding on,
Keep your hand upon the plow.
don't let the bitter sorrow
Make you falter in your vow.
The field is wide and heavy,
And the sun is beating down,
but there's a harvest waiting
in the holy high ground.
The sweat upon your brow
Is just a temporary stain,
washed away forever
by the heavy mountain rain.
No turning back to the valley of the dead. I'm walking in the furrow
Where the living word is said,
the living word is said. No turning back, instead.
oh, keep a holding on, keep your hand upon the plow.
Don't let the bitter sorrow
Make you falter in your vow.
The field is wide and heavy,
And the sun is beating down,
but there's a harvest waiting
in the holy high ground.
The sweat upon your brow
Is just a temporary stain,
washed away forever
by the heavy mountain rain.
The gospel plow, keeping to the vow.
took a piece of clay and tried to mold it on my own. Tried to build a monument of ivory and stone, but every time I spun the wheel, it crumbled to the floor, leaving me with nothing but a mess behind the door. I finally realized that my fingers were too blind to shape the holy vessel that the Maker had in mind. Oh, I surrender to the spinning of the potter's steady wheel, yielding every broken part of me for Him to touch and heal. I'm nothing but the earthly dust and water from the rain, but the Master's hand is forming me to glorify His name. Break me down and build me up and set me in the fire. I will be the instrument of all of His desire. There's a pressure in the shaping and a heat within the kiln, but I'm trusting in the process of His perfect holy will. The cracks are being filled with gold to make the vessel strong, a testament of mercy where the weak have now belonged. The dulcimer is playing out the beauty of the craft, a melody of joy that makes the heavy spirit laugh. Oh, I surrender to the spinning of the potter's steady wheel, yielding every broken part of me for Him to touch and heal. I'm nothing but the earthly dust and water from the rain, but the Master's hand is forming me to glorify His name. Break me down and build me up and set me in the fire. I will be the instrument of all of His desire. Empty me of pride and let the living water pour, flowing from the inside to the thirsty on the shore. Thirsty on the shore, let the water pour. Oh, I surrender to the spinning of the potter's steady wheel, yielding every broken part of me for Him to touch and heal. I'm nothing but the earthly dust and water from the rain, but the Master's hand is forming me to glorify His name. Break me down and build me up and set me in the fire. I will be the instrument of all of His desire. Master's hand, Master's hand. The lightning strikes the crooked oak upon the hill. The bitter wind is blowing with an angry chill. I'm searching for a hollow where the shadows hide, a place where I can lay my heavy fear aside. I hear the mountain rumbling underneath my feet, but I am heading upward to the mercy seat. Oh, hide me in the cleft of the everlasting rock, a shelter for the shepherd and a haven for the flock. When the fury of the tempest and the raging waters roll, you are the solid anchor for my weary wandering soul. The world can fall to pieces, but I'm standing on the stone, held by the steady hands that claim me for his own. I see the morning breaking through the charcoal gray. The hand of grace is sweeping all the clouds away. The rain has left a diamond upon every pine, a testament of glory that is pure and fine. The dulcimer is ringing out a melody of cheer, for love has built a fortress that defeats the darkest fear. Oh, hide me in the cleft of the everlasting rock, a shelter for the shepherd and a haven for the flock. When the fury of the tempest and the raging waters roll, you are the solid anchor for my weary wandering soul. The world can fall to pieces, but I'm standing on the stone, held by the steady hands that claim me for his own. The rock of ages cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. From the churning of the river to the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the sea. Let me hide myself in thee. Oh, hide me in the cleft for the everlasting rock, a shelter for the shepherd and a haven for the flock. When the fury of the tempest and the raging waters roll, you are the solid anchor for my weary wandering soul. The world can fall to pieces, but I'm standing on the stone, held by the steady hands that claim me for his own.